Want to clean your tile grout without breaking your back? Today I am sharing a review of the Rejuvenate Deep Grout Cleaner with their Click and Clean mop system. Hey everyone, I'm Coral and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, click that subscribe button down below and hit the bell for new videos every week. We have a light gray tile and grout all throughout our house in the kitchen and all of our bathrooms. It looks great, but it shows the dirt horribly, and over time our light gray grout just gets so nasty and grimy. I love it when the grout is clean and that light gray color comes out and pops and looks really good, but it is a pain in the butt to clean tile grout. The last time I cleaned our grout, I got down on my hands and knees and spent hours scrubbing the tile with a small little grout brush. Last spring I even did a video of a test of a bunch of different grout cleaners to see which one would clean our tile best. I will link that video down below if you want to check it out. When I did that test, I ended up cleaning the grout in our kitchen and two of our bathrooms in our laundry room, but was so tired by the end that I never made it to our master bathroom. So we've lived in this house for 3 years and the grout in the master bathroom has never been cleaned. It was starting to look super dirty and dingy, especially in the places when we walk on it all of the time. So I decided to test out a different product in our bathroom that wouldn't require me to get down on my hands and knees and scrub in the same way. After a little bit of research on Amazon, I found one that I liked, and with the help of my husband, we tested it out in our master bathroom. Today I'm going to share my review of this grout cleaner along with the pros, the cons, and how well I think it works. I'm going to start off with giving you some details about the grout cleaner and the mopping system that I chose. The grout cleaner that I chose is the Rejuvenate Deep Grout Cleaner. This is a non-toxic enzymatic cleaner. The enzyme in this cleaner and other enzymatic cleaners creates a chemical reaction that breaks down the stain. Because of this, enzyme cleaners are able to clean and remove stains without harsh chemicals, creating a huge pro that they are non-toxic, bio-friendly, and safe for your kids and pets. Because it doesn't use harsh chemicals, another pro is that the smell is not going to be as strong or as potent as another cleaner with harsh chemicals. If you are cleaning in an enclosed space, you do probably want to turn on a fan or open a window, but the smell is not quite as strong as some other grout cleaners that I have used. And the cost for this cleaner is around $11 on Amazon. So in order to use this grout cleaner in a way that wasn't going to break my back, I found that Rejuvenate has a mopping system that will spray the cleaner on the floor for you and also has a grout brush. It's called the Rejuvenate Click N Clean mopping system, and it is an upright mop that you can use with all of their different cleaners. The mop system also comes with adapters so that you can take off the cap on the bottle, replace it with the adapter, and click it in to the mopping system. This allows you to use the trigger to spray the cleaner on the floor. In the other times that I had used and tested out this cleaner, I just had to kind of pour it on the floor, so it was a lot nicer to be able to use it with the trigger system. That way I didn't have to bend down in order to put it onto the grout. The mop also comes with a regular mop head and some mop pads, and also a detachable grout brush, which was the thing that I was most interested in. The mop system that I bought cost about $27 on Amazon. One huge pro with this system is that it's easy to use. Once you click in the cleaner, all that you need to do is spray it onto the grout, which is super easy with the trigger and this whole mop system, and then wait for 5 minutes. So it's going to sit on your floor for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes is up, then you can use the grout brush to get in and scrub the grout. That way you can get all of that dirt out of the grout. After you're done scrubbing it down, then you can wipe it away with water. So the way that we did this with the mop system is we just took off the grout brush head, popped in the mop head, and put on a mopping pad that just had some water on it in order to wipe up the cleaner. And it was super easy to switch out the grout brush for the mop head. Another pro for this system is the built-in sprayer. So you use the trigger on the handle in order to spray the cleaner onto the floor. This is so much easier than any of the other grout cleaners that we have tried. With other grout cleaners, you're either pouring it directly on the grout or you're getting up close with a spray bottle and spraying it down onto the grout. With this mop system, you don't have to bend down, you just spray it on the floor from a standing position. One small con with this is that the spray system is not quite as accurate as, say, you were spraying with a regular spray bottle. You kind of have to maneuver the mop a little bit to make sure you spray it where you want to spray, and it kind of gets on the tile a little bit, which isn't a big deal, but it's just a little bit less accurate than if you were using a handheld sprayer. Another pro with this system is the wire grout brush. Like I said, this grout brush is the reason I decided to test out this product. Because it clicks into the mop, you don't have to bend over and break your back in order to scrub the grout. I told you before, the last time I scrubbed all of our grout, I got down on my hands and knees and I was using a teeny tiny little grout brush in order to scrub all of that grout, and it was such a pain. This mop system made it so much easier. The fact that it's wire works really nice, and it's also beveled, so it gets more accurate down into the grout than a brush that is not beveled. And because of that, you also don't have to worry about it scratching your tile. We had no issues with the grout brush scratching our tile at all. One con with this grout brush is it's a little bit easy to miss spots. So when you're down on your hands and knees and you are scrubbing with a tiny grout brush, you're gonna get every little teeny tiny square inch. You'll be tired, but you'll get it. So it's just a little bit easier to miss spots because this grout brush is so much bigger and you're just pushing it along the grout. So it's a little bit easier to not realize that you have missed a spot in the grout. After he had done the whole entire room, my husband did go back and touch up a few places where he felt like he didn't quite scrub enough. So that is something that you can do to counteract it. Another con with the grout brush is that it's not really easy to get into small spaces or tight corners. That can be a little bit challenging because the brush is so large. So when you get close to the wall or in a tight corner, you just have to be a little bit more careful because it's a lot easier to hit your cabinets or hit your baseboards. Whereas if you had a smaller grout brush, it would just be a little bit easier to get in those tight spots. Another con for the mop is that it does feel a little cheap. The whole mop system is made of plastic and it all just clicks together in order to form the mop. My husband said because of this, it just didn't feel super sturdy. He said he felt like if he were to push really, really hard that he might break something. Now, nothing broke and we didn't have any issues with the mop, but it just didn't feel quite as sturdy as he wanted it to, and probably felt like he could have pushed a little bit harder if he wasn't afraid of it breaking. He did also say that it was specifically the handle where he was putting the pressure on that felt like it might break on him. However, he and I both agreed that for the price, it's pretty good. The whole system only costs about $27, so it's not that expensive and really what you would expect for that price point. If it was more expensive, we would be much more disappointed in the quality and feel of the mop. I do feel like this grout cleaner does a pretty good job of getting the grout clean. We have lived in this house for 3 years. It was a brand new house when we bought it, and the grout in our bathroom has never been cleaned. So we had 3 years of gunk and dirt and grime all in that grout, and the cleaner did a pretty good job of cleaning it out. It does look a lot better, and that light gray grout has come back out. We're not looking at gross, dingy grout anymore. However, I will say that it did not clean the grout as well as my #1 pick in my grout cleaner video that I did that I will link right up here. The #1 cleaner that I found in that video was the Clorox Plus Tilex. It is a mildew bathroom cleaner with bleach in it. So because it had bleach in it, I feel like it did a little bit better of a job on that light gray grout. The grout was just so dirty before, and once I used that Tilex on it, it was so much brighter. So I do think that the grout would come out a little bit cleaner if this grout cleaner had a hard chemical in it like bleach. I think bleach was the big thing in that test that made the difference. But like I said, this is an enzyme cleaner that is non-toxic without harsh chemicals. So that's something that this cleaner is not going to have. Because it doesn't have the harsh chemicals, I just don't think it can get our light gray grout quite as bright as the Tilex does. Now, I did try both the Tilex and this Rejuvenate Deep Grout Cleaner on our dark grout on our wood look tile. The Tilex did absolutely nothing on that grout, and this Rejuvenate Grout Cleaner did a lot better. So if your grout is a little bit darker than ours, you might not notice the difference between this enzyme cleaner and something that has bleach in it. I just think that that is something specific to our super light colored grout that we have. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way that our grout turned out. I feel like this grout cleaner does a pretty good job. It may not clean quite as well or get the grout quite as bright as the Clorox Plus Tilex, but the fact that it is non-toxic and doesn't have harsh chemicals, and I can use it with the mop system and not have to bend over and break my back to scrub all of the grout, makes it a winner in my book. For now, this grout cleaner and mop system is what we will be using on all of the grout in our house. If you want to see the difference between the Tilex and the Rejuvenate on my light gray grout, click right here for my original grout cleaner video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.